So guys, welcome back to my channel. As I mentioned before, I mentioned a hidden gem. Well, as you can see by the box, the name of the hidden gem is Vanille Mofonja. Now, I think the Mofonja is an African name, correct me if I'm wrong, or Madagascar, term for intense. So in short, it means vanilla intense. Now, let me explain the story behind this fragrance before I go into any other details. So, I was a busy Friday afternoon. I had to grab a taxi from, I think it was somewhere in Tottenham, if anyone knows where that is, all the way up to Covent Garden. Sorry, all the way down, apologies, to a place called Bloom Perfumery. Now, where do I start with this place? Niche brands. If you know about niche brands, let me explain quickly the difference. So, niche means they only specialize in making perfume. So, this particular brand, they don't make anything else but perfumes compared to a designer. For example, as in my previous video, Dior Sauvage Elixir, that's a designer fragrance. Now, going back before I go off on a tangent, so I went into the place, thinking I was originally supposed to buy Whiff of Wafflecombe by Imaginary Authors, which is a gourmand fragrance, which is lovely. I initially went with the intention to buy that, but instead I end up buying something else. Now, but you're wondering, how expensive was it? My God, this was £150 for 100 ml. Whoever's into finance like myself, that's a very expensive per milliliter. But before I bought this, I had a bit of a contemplation. I was thinking to myself, it's between this and Honey Oud, you know? And Honey Oud had that nice opening, but it's just too sweet for me. When I say sweet, it just settled down. It felt like there was honey on my skin. It just wasn't for me long term. And then I smoked this and I just had to keep going back. I told the lady, what is this? And I don't know if it was a marketing gimmick or sales tactic. She said the majority of the people who buy this are men. So let me explain now. So the top notes in this, I'm going to just read it out from the box. It says here is flower of salt, cinnamon, pink pepper Mauritius, and the hot notes are nutmeg, vanilla Madagascar, ylang ylang Comoros, and the base notes is Mira Somalia, Olibanum Somalia, and dark amber. So when you spray this, the reason I say it's hidden gem, it's not overly strong, but when I sprayed it, for demonstration, I'm going to show you. When I spray this, what it reminds me of is I'm walking into a nice garden and it's just got lovely, lovely vanilla. It's that kind of aroma about it. It's sweet. It reminds me of nutmeg. It's dreamy as well. And it's so different. When I sprayed this, my girlfriend was like, what is this scent? And I said to her, this is a niche brand. It's so hard to find. Reserve in Afrique, I think that's the name of the brand, the company that makes this. Very specific, very niche. You're not going to find this kind of fragrance, I promise you. Go look up online. I'm doing the second person on the whole entire YouTube community to review this. That's how unique of a gem this is. Now, obviously, I mentioned my channel is about affordability. This is not cheap. That's why I said it's a hidden gem, hence the name gem. Gems are not cheap by nature. So, if I was to go and buy something like this, I recommend it for someone who's looking for something different. It's not something, an aroma of a smell you're gonna smell every day. And once it settles down, then the sea salt, the pink, I think it's probably just, let me look one more time. The pink pepper, wow, that kind of balances out and neutralizes it. So once the vanilla's kicked in and all the top notes have kind of settled down within the first hour, because there's not massive projection here. I would say medium, projection. Once it settles down, it starts to, the pink pepper kind of kicks in, and it's just got that aroma which keeps it going. And this is something, occasion wise, I would wear more in the evening, definitely, and more of an autumn fragrance, more autumn, winter. I would not be rocking this in the summer, to be honest. It's too risky because of the humidity combined with vanilla. It's not going to work for me. So if you're looking for something unique, shout out to the place. Bloom Perfumery is the place in Covent Garden. Just beware. The place I went to is not for the faint-hearted. You go in with the mentality, I'm going to spend only £100. My God, I did not expect to go in with £100 budget and spend 150. That is expensive for me. That is expensive. I know Dior Sauvage Elixir is expensive, but this is niche expensive. This is not entry-level stuff, guys. So if you're going to buy something like this, I always say do your research. And make sure, like I said before, the skin chemistry. Every perfume is so different. It might work for you, but it might not work for me. That's the reason why I have some really hated perfumes, you know. And that's gonna, so going back in short, great perfume, you know, definitely organic as well. You know, they don't go crazy with the chemicals. You know, they even say it on the box. You know, it's made with, you know, raw and natural ingredients. They haven't gone and killed any animals for this stuff. You know, it's that kind of organic, you know, chemistry that goes into the blending of such a, I would say, you know, vanilla heavy juice. You know, hence the name Vanilla Intensity. You know, so this is very, I would say, different, unique, not normal. You know, it's very abnormal. It's not something you're gonna see every day. I promise you right now. You know, it's like a gold calf for me. You don't see them every day because they're so special. So yeah, that was that. You know, that's the hidden gem now. The gatekeeping is out. I've ungatekeeped it. You know, I've kept this one hidden for a little while. You know, the only person knew was my missus, and that was it. No one else knows about this because I don't want everyone to find out initially. But now, there you go. I've spread the knowledge. Well, you're welcome.